While he tried to balance the... While he tried to balance the speech for simple reasons that it's an election year, so he wanted to come across as being reasonable, especially with the working class. But the reality of the matter is that the economy is not growing, and we all know that without the economy growing, we'll not be able to provide jobs, will not grow the infrastructure. Even if SARS collect more revenue, it doesn't mean economic growth. So we are worried that there is no plan about how the economy is going to be increased in the country. But equally, the president spoke about 10,000 labor inspectors. He never allocated any money for it. They were clapping hands for it, yet it's not budgeted for, which means that what the president said doesn't matter. The personal income tax adjustment, it's a very welcomed position. At least the workers will now have some money in their pockets. But to save 1.4 from the fiscal, it doesn't mean anything, because saving 1.4 doesn't reduce the price of bread. The price of bread is still high, the electricity is still high. He keeps on speaking about partnership between private sector and the public sector. We've seen it happening in the electricity. Did that adjust the electricity price? No, the electricity price has increased. So the private sector has never helped anywhere to reduce any cost. If anything, the costs go high. That's why he says he's going to put more money in the transport infrastructure, bring the private sector so that it can reduce the cost in the railway. But it's not true that the private sector never reduces any cost. If anything, they are profit-driven.
What would you have done differently if you were in his shoes?
Well, we have to allocate more money in an infrastructure and build the state capacity, and not be driven by all the desire to impress the IMF, wherein the people are not at the center of your budgeting, but if anything, is the so-called investors who are being impressed with this budgeting when the people on the ground are suffering. So we will concentrate more in the investment in the infrastructure, building state capacity so that we can create more jobs and ensure that we employ as many young people as possible. Let's see if eventually the University of Ekurhuleni will happen, because they've been speaking